Memories race through your mind. You know you've seen this place in your distant past. The low-resolution features look exactly like a place you once visited called Ulen's Flats. This closely resembles the left side of Droids Be Us. It's a Walmart force field generation unit. You can't taste the dunes, but your tongue gets a good stretching. It would serve.
Ouch!
The gate is down, the store is closed. You don't know what it says, but you're sure it's not flattering. As you check out the Sen bikes, you wonder what kind of cheeseball would own one. It looks like it came from the planet of the warts. The ship must be the Plantar's deluxe model with authentic mosaic upholstery. This long-legged beauty stands silently, waiting for its jet-faced owner to return. The old bar is still here. The smell of Coronian ale stinks up the place. The aroma leads you to remember vividly your previous visit here. You break out in a cold sweat. You see a book of matches on the bar countertop. Your attempt to get the matches failed.
Well, looky here. If it ain't Mr. Look at Me, I'm in VGA. What's the matter? Monochrome not good enough for you? What's this? 256 colors all for one little bitmapped wimp? What a waste of VGA. Hey, fellas, I bet I can toss them all the way out from the bottom of the stairs. Bitch and ale.
Boy, that was close. Hey, how come their bikes can go through the force field?
This must be the Wilco of spaceships. You wonder why anyone would bother to lock it. At the bottom of this excavation is a small craft almost totally buried in dirt. You remember barely making it back out when the engine died. You've obviously found the location of Tiny's used spaceships. Lucky you! This building is quite small. Maybe this is why it's called Tiny's. You hear a high-pitched whine from the east. Nice reflexes. Now this is a pain that'll linger. All the Bengay in Florida won't relieve this stiffness. You pick up the book of matches.
Hey, aren't you the guy who broke my slot machine? You owe me some money.
Well, I gotta run. My hog pod's double parked. Hey, it's been swell talking to you.
You hear a high-pitched whine from the east. Boy, that was close. The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally... None of the codes you punch in seem to have any effect on the door. Well, there's not much left of the lock now. You slide the conveniently pre-moistened stogie between your lips, apply a lit match, and proceed to nearly hack up a lung. You cast the old stogie to the ground. You attach the plug to the Pocket Pal. These symbols look vaguely familiar. Now, where have you seen them? This maze of you liberate. This is just a dumb terminal. You plug the mobile. You liberate the battery from the Pocket Pal. The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally... The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally... This guy looks like the living torso. He probably works for an intergalactic freak show.
Faux Component Swiss Army Micro Entertainment Center. Dodecaphonic Around Sound Processor. CD-GI-ROM TV. Pocket Pal Portable Terminal. Pocket Pal Connector. If you're a proud owner of
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally... This is just a dumb terminal. You plug the mobile power cylinder into the laptop. You hear an electronic hum approaching from your left. This maze of cables, ducts, pipes, and glowing panels gives the superbrain computer a sense of being alive. This maze of cables... It's a security droid!
Take a good look, Roger. Remember this poor wretched soul, for he is your son.
The heavy iron door looks impenetrable. It's very pleasant looking. Looks rather like a secure... This is your brain. Had this been a real brain, you would have known how to use it. Probably represents some tertiary function of the supercomputer brain. Certainly nothing important. You've seen this mystic rune somewhere else. Don't mess... You can't... You're far too busy for that. You're far...
Hello again, Roger. It's me, your old friend, Sludge Volhall. I've taken the liberty of borrowing your son's body. I had to remove him first to make room for my mental self. His is on this disc. Say, it's most enjoyable to be in a young, healthy body, even if it's from your bloodline. In fact, I like it so much, I think I'll keep it. I guess we'll have no use for this anymore. Now it's time to settle things, once and for all. You'd better be careful, though. Keep this in mind. If I die while in this body, that disc will be useless. Your son will never draw another breath. And if you don't defend yourself, you will never live to buff another helmet. Come on, show me what you've got, mop jockey. Is that the best effort you can muster? All this space hero nonsense must be getting to you. You're getting old, Roger. I, on the other hand, am enjoying the physical joys of youth.
The label on the diskette reads, Roger Jr., Brain Tools, Stunt Flyer. The formatting sequence times out, the computer brain does its thing, and you suddenly realize you've lost the game because you weren't there to see it.
In fact, now it's come on. Is that the...
Follow me. There are many things we need to talk about.
Is it true?
You must be very confused.
Were Vohal's words true? Are you really my son? You do look a little like me, though not as good looking.
What do you mean, not as good looking? I'm 10 times... Wait. What am I saying? This is no way to start. Yes, what Vohal said is true. I have many things to tell you, Dad. I should start at the beginning. I was born 19 years ago on Xenon. It's always been my home. The Xenon of today, at least up until recently, had made great strides in managing our planet's resources. That included water, minerals, even the talent of our population. We enjoyed peace for so many years, we took it for granted. The creation of the first super biomech computer was the biggest success story in our history. When the Vohal virus was introduced and began to control the computer, a state of total chaos was created. We were unprepared for what followed as Vohal turned our technology against us. The population was quickly decimated. Some of us stayed and tried to fight, some were captured, and some fled the planet. When it seemed there was no hope, we thought of one last, long-shot effort. That was to find the only person in history ever to defeat Vohal. We had to go back in time to find that person. You. We got there just in time.
You had to go back in time to get me? Why wasn't I available in this time? What happened to me? I don't understand.
I'm sorry. There are some things I wish I could tell you, but can't. I know that's not what you want to hear. Believe me, I just can't.
Hey, if you're my son, who's your mother? My wife? Where is she? Who is she?
You sure ask a lot of questions for a janitor. This is my mother and your wife. Her name was Beatrice Wankmeister. She was quite beautiful, wasn't she?
What do you mean, was quite beautiful? What are you saying?
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Please, I can't tell you anymore.
I don't believe all this. I'm so confused.
It doesn't matter now. I have to send you back where I found you so that history will properly reflect the events which brought us to this place in time. You won't remember much. This will seem like it was a weird, fuzzy dream. I must get back to the task of contacting all the surviving citizens of our planet. We have a huge task ahead of us. Rebuilding our city and our lives will not be easy, but we will do it. Once more, I have to ask you to enter the time rip. It will return you to Magmetheus in the Space Quest 4 era. Please, go now. It's time. Dad? I'm glad I got to see you, even if only for a few minutes. Xenon owes you a lot. Goodbye, Dad.
So many unanswered questions. The future should prove most interesting for Roger, if he can stay out of trouble long enough to reach it. We're glad you could help Roger get through it all. Thank you for playing Space Quest 4.